Then, at the knockout stages of the Gold Cup, the quarterfinal stages, Mexico take on Saudi Arabia, Panama, Honduras tonight. Meanwhile, tomorrow it's Canada against Guatemala and the US against Costa Rica. Now, what's been interesting over the last few hours are these rumours surrounding Mauricio Pochettino and the possibility that he had an interview at another Premier League club this week. Gab, we've been trying to back this up. What is the latest you can tell us about it?
So the club is Brentford, as you can read in the chyron below, where, according to this report, he supposedly had an interview. Now, Brentford they've hired a manager. It's Keith Andrews, former Republic of Ireland international. So evidently, Pochettino didn't get the job. My understanding is that Pochettino's camp, I don't know if they've commented on this publicly, but certainly the understanding is that this would be very, very unlikely for a number of reasons. I mean, first and foremost, Pochettino can't just go and interview. Well, first of all, let me take a step back. First and foremost, Brentford had a manager, and his name was Thomas Frank until, 3-4 weeks ago. For Pochettino to have interviewed with Brentford, it would mean that during the preparations of the Gold Cup, he would have had to go off and interview for the job. I find that extremely implausible. Also, Pochettino is under contract with the U.S. Soccer Federation. He could have only done this with their permission. Otherwise, he would be in serious trouble. Again, seems highly, highly unlikely. So I don't know if where this rumor comes from. It's some outlets have reported it, and I should say none of the mainstream outlets for now here in the UK have gone with it and with good stead. My understanding, based on reporting from some of my our ESPN colleagues, is that this story is not accurate, and certainly he has not. If he interviewed for the Brentford job, it certainly hasn't happened now. I don't know, maybe it happened years ago, but not as a replacement for Thomas Frank.
Last thing you need from the US camp, these rumours swirling around, is just getting the job done now, winning the Gold Cup and moving on to the focus of the World Cup, because so far, let's face it, it has been a disaster for Pochettino from pretty much day one.
Yeah, it's hard to make a case for Mauricio Pochettino and say, you know what, this is exactly the way we thought it was going to go. When the decision was made to go after Mauricio Pochettino, I think overall the feeling was, here's the United States showing some ambition. Here's the United States taking that step to say, you know what, we are going to be able to compete at the highest level because we have a manager that, at the very least, has coached at that level. Now, of course, what you have now is a group of players that are not here, that could be here for the Gold Cup, but apparently their regional competition, their only regional competition, is not important enough for those guys to be here. Okay, so they made a choice to make a team based upon basically a B squad, in which only 2 or 3 of these guys will actually feature potentially next year's World Cup. And in the middle of all that, they're losing games, they're winning games, they look good against Trinidad and Tobago, but they struggle against the other teams, and you're kind of thinking, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back to the national team. And so, to your point, Dan, the only thing that Mauricio Pochettino and this national team can do to further this agenda forward, to push it forward, is win the Gold Cup. Anything short than that, then we go back into a tailspin of we don't know what in the world we're doing, negative momentum, everybody's pumping the brake, and Pochettino, when you ask him a question, he'll say something along the lines of, no, there's some positive here, we're building, still things to evaluate. And if I'm a fan of the United States, I'm expecting a whole lot more than what I've seen so far.